Hi, it's KK Brancer, and welcome back to another episode of KK's Preseason Prep. This episode, we'll be talking with Raegan Beers from Oklahoma. Oklahoma is coming off a really great year. They were their first year in the SEC. They were 11-5 in conference and 27-8 overall. They're preseason ranked number 7 this season. They brought in a lot of talent, a lot of experience, and bringing in a really great freshman class, including Aaliyah Chavez, who was number 1 in the recruiting class. We'll be talking with Raegan Beers. Like I said, she's originally from Colorado, and she's coming off in a great year going into her senior year. Last year, she averaged 17 points, 9 rebounds, and she was the first Division I player in the last 25 years to average 17 points and 9 rebounds while shooting 63%. She led the SEC in efficiency. She was rated 2025 Consensuous All-America Honorable Mention, and then 2025 All-SEC First Team. It was her first year at Oklahoma after transferring from Oregon State. She won a gold medal with Team USA at the FIBA Women's America Cup in 2025. She is an academic All-America First Team. So we're excited to hear from her and hear about how excited she is for the upcoming season. Okay, so I'm so excited to have Raegan here joining us with the KK's preseason prep. We're going to start off asking about just your team and kind of what your biggest focus is going into this season. I know you guys are ranked in the top 10 this year. So going into that, what is your biggest focus?
Our biggest focus, first of all and foremost, is playing as a team and having fun. I feel like sometimes it's easy to forget that, especially at this level when everything is so competitive and you want to win so bad. Sometimes we forget that having fun kind of leads to the greatest success. And so our team has been focusing a lot on that, especially in this offseason, having fun, getting to know one another. So eventually that can carry over to wins on the court.
Yes, and I feel like that's a thing that a lot of people might overlook or not pay attention to. But when you're having fun, like honestly, success comes and that just comes with it. So, yeah. And then I know you guys have a lot of really talented freshmen and a couple younger teammates. How do you feel your role is mentoring those younger teammates, especially consider being a top team and with the pressure of all that? How do you approach that?
Yeah, playing D1 basketball is hard for anybody. Playing basketball at the college level in any form is hard. And so the stresses that our freshmen are feeling, whether that's having to juggle class and practice and recovery and all the things that you have to work on as a freshman and kind of get a routine in, I've been through that. I've been through enough injuries, and Peyton Verhulst and Sahara Williams, Beatrice Colton, all of us upperclassmen have been through it all. And so we've been doing a great job of kind of checking in with them, making sure they're getting into that routine. Obviously, routine is important. And so making sure that they're finding areas where they can have an outlet outside of basketball has been really important. And so just checking in with them and making sure they're having fun, because ultimately that's why they came here. They want to have fun. They want to win. They want to be competitive. So checking in, making sure they're having all those things, and obviously helping them work through all the offensive and defensive things that they need to work on when we're on the court, and working together as a team has been super important too.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people don't they see us as athletes, they see us on the court and different things like that, but they don't understand, just having to balance classes, having to balance going to weights, getting the proper fuel, sleep, all those things are, I felt like for me, that was my biggest transition or hardest transition going into college is just being disciplined and getting that like scheduling and stuff like that. So I know that you're going into your last season. What are you looking forward to most?
Oh man. In general, just playing with this team. I mean, obviously, every year brings a new team, a new camaraderie of players. We have a very good balance of older people that have been through it, and then a good balance of freshmen who are really well. And so, just getting to learn these new girls. They have lots of big personalities. Our freshmen have great personalities that I'm loving to get to know more and more every single day in practice. And so, going into this season, it's going to be really fun to get to know them both as people off the court and then get to see their games develop. I feel like when you're older, you get to see these freshmen kind of work up and develop their game. And so to see that in our freshmen this year is going to be really fun to see them grow and develop in their game at Oklahoma and as people off the court.
Yes, and that's extremely true. And I know it's like you got to live in the moment of not being like, oh, okay, I have this after or whatever, but staying in the moment and just figuring out and the joy of all the things that you're like going through in that season. So I know you're coming off a really great season. What is something that you feel like you've worked on a lot in your off season?
For the most part, a lot of it has been my outside shooting, my finesse game a little bit. Obviously, I've been a power player for so many years of my life, which is great and has served me well. But the more I watch professional and the more I watch other really good players at my position, both at the college level and the next level, they are very versatile. And so I need to be able to, step out and occasionally knock out a 3-point shot, turn around jumpers, things like that. I need to be able to do that if I want to continue my career. And so that is one thing that I have tried to focus on, especially in this offseason, while also still incorporating that power play, which is what I've been pretty good at for the years that I've played basketball. So kind of just developing more of my game, honestly. And my coaches and teammates have done a great job in helping me with that and encouraging me in that, telling me to shoot the ball when I am out there wide open on 3-point lines. So things like that is what I've been really focused on the past couple months.
Well, I'm excited to see that. I just know I played you when you were at Oregon, and I'm like, oh my God, like this girl's a beast. And so if developing that outside shot, obviously it will elevate your game. You see it now, like you said, in the W where posts are becoming more versatile. So I know that's a big thing. Speaking of that, you're one of the top posts in the country. Who do you feel like you model your game after?
Oh man, it's kind of hard to pick just one person. I've admired Aaliyah Boston for a really long time. Ever since I was younger, I don't even think she remembers, but we played against each other in a 3-on-3 USA tournament at one point, like years and years ago when she was still in high school and so was I. And so she was older, she was just about to graduate. I was young, playing on that 3-on-3 team, and so we were just at a tryout, I think it was, and we were playing 3-on-3 with whoever those girls were. And ever since then, I mean, I think I tapped the ball away from her like 2 plays in a row, and then she must have gotten mad because the next play she went on that block and just posted me up like no other. And I just felt like I was just like swallowed, and just she just turned around and just bullied me in the paint. And so ever since then, I'm like, I love the way that she does that, and I want to be able to do that to people. And so she's really someone that I have admired in that respect, and that's part of my game for sure. Nafisa Collier has been amazing. I love her work ethic, and I admire that 100%. She is one of me and my sisters and my mom's all favorite players in the W right now. So I guess those are two players that I really look up to in a sense in the W now.
Yes, those are two amazing players. They went far in the playoffs and the W. So just being able to see, we got to see more of them.
Yeah.
I love Aaliyah Boston, and ever since she was at South Carolina and even in high school. I remember watching her play in the McDonald's All-American game, and I was like, this girl is good. Like, she just has that finesse and different things like that. And same with Fee. Yeah, so going for the season, I know there's a couple new faces and some old faces. Peyton Verhulst is coming off a really amazing year as well. Who is someone on the team that you're excited for everyone to watch that maybe no one's paying attention to or kind of going to shock us?
I got to go with Brooklyn Stewart. She's from Colorado, so obviously hometown girl because I'm from Colorado too. And our house is we're like 45 minutes apart. And so she also played with my younger sister for many years. So we know Brooklyn Stewart and her family really well. And she has been doing a phenomenal job, just kind of soaking in all the knowledge that she can, doing what she's coached to do, and just kind of rolling with it. We move at a really fast pace here at Oklahoma. And so sometimes there's a lot thrown at you at one time. And she's been doing a phenomenal job of just taking it all in stride, working her butt off to try to understand the offense and the defense and where she's supposed to be, all while having this contagious energy that everyone is like, the minute she says something, you just can't help but laugh. Or she just walks in the gym and she's just this bubble of joy that just kind of oozes out. And so all while she's trying to balance all this school and sports, just like all our other freshmen are doing. And so I'm excited to see her show out this year and prove and just show a lot of people how good she is and how good she's going to be.
Well, that's exciting. You heard it here first. We'll definitely be watching. And I know you guys have a lot of tough teams early in the schedule. You guys play UCLA, you guys play NC State in your non-conference. Talk about having the benefits of having it being tough, maybe early, and then going into the SEC play.
Yeah, obviously our non-con has some good teams, as you said. UCLA, NC State, both phenomenal teams. I haven't played Lauren Betts since I think high school. We played a little bit when she was at Stanford, a little bit when she was at UCLA, and I was at Oregon State. But nothing really crazy. And so I'm excited to obviously play her again. We both changed a lot as players since we played in high school. So I'm kind of excited to see her again. Obviously, Tamia Gardner on that team who I played with at Oregon State as just a phenomenal player, phenomenal person. So I'm excited to see her and get to play against her. But yeah, it's really important, obviously, to have a non-con that builds lots of confidence, but also points out where you struggles that you need to work on as a team. And so I think we have a good balance in the non-con of teams that are going to be challenging, that are going to show us a lot of what we need to work on as a team to fuel us to get better as we go into the SEC. And so they're going to be teams that help us build our confidence and just are really good teams to play against and get better against. And so I'm excited just to work through that non-con. It's going to be a hard one with lots of good teams, and then obviously going to the SEC where every game is a challenge, regardless of who you're playing, 1 through 12 or 1 through 18. In the SEC, obviously, is going to be a challenge, and so lots of good teams to look forward to this year.
Yes, and I know Tamia and Lauren, I played with them in USA, so like you said, great people. And I know you being from Colorado and Lauren as well being from Colorado, having that was I could imagine having that high school rivalry, two really talented post players. So I know you talked about the SEC and how exciting that is and how tough it is to schedule usually. I know last year was your first year being in the SEC, well, Oklahoma and yours as well.
Yeah.
But how would you say the experience is and the excitement that I feel like everyone's always talking about with the SEC?
Oh man, I feel like it lives up to the hype. I know the SEC gets a lot of hype, and a lot of people are always talking about how it's a great conference. And I feel like every game you watch, it lives up to that hype and the talk that it gets. So many good teams and so many great players that come from the SEC that go to play pro. It's incredible how many good players there are that play under some really good coaches as well. And so getting to just play against a variety of players. You have some girls that are bigger like me and just like true power post. Then you have some really, really finesse girls that are great off the dribble as post players, and then guards who are like, what in the world? How are you that fast? I remember playing Georgia Amore last year. I was like, girl, I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know how you do that. I mean, you're doing it all. So obviously she's a pro and where she's from. So players like that, you just get such a variety, and you play such good players every single night. Every single night you play. And so the SEC is truly an amazing conference. And I'm glad I got to kind of adjust to it last year a little bit along with Oklahoma, and then kind of know a little bit what I'm getting into. But obviously every team is different every year. So I'm excited to get going with it.
Yes, I mean, I know personally Georgia was in ACC, so I just remember guarding her my freshman year for the first time, and she did this crazy step back. I'm like, this girl is fast. Like it was definitely a welcome to the ACC
Yeah,
moment. But no, yeah, just the SEC as a whole, being the pacing, all the stuff is just a little bit different. You know when you're playing an SEC team, so. It's definitely you see it throughout the tournament and when it starts to intermingle with the competition and stuff. SEC teams usually do a really good job of getting teams into the tournament and going really far.
for sure.
I know you talked about, your younger teammates and being a mentor to them. What would you say for yourself, advice that you would give to your younger self?
Advice I would give to my younger self. Man, that's a good one. I would say I got this advice a lot when I was younger, and I'm so glad I did. But don't limit yourself as a player. Don't consider yourself, especially at a younger age, don't limit yourself as a guard. Don't limit yourself as a post player. Don't think you're either or. Because in reality, as we said, post players are getting more versatile. Guards are posting up a lot more. And so you really truly have to be able to do a little bit of everything. And so especially when you're younger, you want to start developing both sides of the ball. Both offensively and defensively, obviously. But in your offensive game, developing both that post game a little bit and that guard play. Of course, you're going to be maybe heavy on one and heavy on the other, depending on your size and things like that. But don't think you're just a post player, so I'm only going to post up. Or don't think I'm just a guard, so I'm only going to shoot the ball. And so things like that, I feel like when we have that mindset when we're younger, we kind of limit ourselves from the get-go. And so I would just tell my younger self, and then anybody younger out there, especially in those middle school years, you're not just a post player. You're not just a guard. You're a basketball player. So be a basketball player. And so that's one thing that I have appreciated advice from coaches, and just they've told me to shoot the ball. They've told me to dribble. I just remember one of my coaches when I was in, I think it was 5th or 6th grade, maybe. I caught the ball on a rebound, and I turned around, and I didn't know what to do because I wasn't dribbling, and so I just looked, and everybody had left. So I was just standing there with the ball over my head, just like, what do I do? The guard's gone. And then my coach from the opposite end of the court is like, Raegan, dribble. I was like, okay. Like, you want the court. So that is really important, especially in those younger years. Just do it all. Have fun doing it all, learning what you're good at, learning what you can improve upon, both offensively and defensively, because that's the time to work on it. And so you can develop more of that as you get older.
Yes, that's great advice. When you said especially just be a basketball player. I feel like sometimes we complicate things and have the political side of things, and you have your parents kind of telling you need to be this position, or coaches. But at the end of the day, like you said, you're a basketball player. So the more you can do, the more valuable you are as a player. So yeah, that's great. Okay, last question. Going into this year, when people are watching you play, watching your team play, what do you want the viewers and just people watching to kind of see Oklahoma as? What do you want your team to be known for this year?
I know I touched on it a little bit, and it's like a broken record, but I really want fans to watch us and say, wow, they love playing together. Like, they have fun playing together. When teams do that, you're drawn to teams like that. Sure, you're drawn to teams that are really, really good, 100%. But a lot of those teams that are really good, it is clear that they love what they do and who they do it with. And so if we can create that culture, which I think we already are, and we're already there, and obviously lots of room to improve. But when we have when you have a coach like that on a team, the people are drawn to it, even if they don't even know the sport, even if they don't know who the team is or what they're about, but they unconsciously root for them because they just love watching how they play and how they play for one another. And so I truly feel like if we can do that this year, it's going to help us win a lot of games. And I'm really excited to get to know this team even more, play with them even more, and just see them grow, see myself grow through the senior season, obviously, and then give it one last go around as well as I can do.
Yes, that's amazing. And I feel like even looking at last year with UConn winning the Natty, they were a team that you could tell they loved playing together. So just seeing that, it kind of takes care of itself at the end when, we talked about it earlier, just having fun, the success is going to come with it. And it's just much more enjoyable for us as players to enjoy our teammates and different things like that, because at the end of the day, they're like sisters. Like, you're going to practice every day. You're going through all the hard adversity, and the season's a long season. So just going through all those ups and downs and being close and playing together, that's kind of the beauty of all of it. So
For sure.
Thank you so much, Raegan. I really appreciate you coming on, and everyone, please tune in and watch her this season. And please follow her on Instagram, all those things. Again, thank you so much, and good luck this season.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me.